Okay, okay.
Is my screen visible, guys?
Yes, 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 visible.
So for this Tinkercad explanation, I have considered this ultrasonic sensor. This sensor usually is used for distance proximity measurement. So it's a simple snippet of code here. So what I do is I get the input here from my sensor, and if my area of reach is in bounds with the sensor, then the buzzer glows, makes some sound. If else, it doesn't. So I'll just simulate it first, then I'll explain my code. So as you can see, when I get close to the buzzer starts making some disgusting noise. Okay. Um, so this is as far as the simulation part. So the program here, it can be written in many ways, whereas I have chose to write it in text format. We can also use blocks. Text format is quite easy if we are familiar with Arduino programming. So here I have used this pin number. 1 second, I'll just zoom it out. If you can see here, my pin number 7 is an input pin. It gets the data from my ultrasonic sensor, whereas the other two pins are connected to ground and VCC respectively. And this pin number 9 is an output pin. So the pins I have considered here is pin number 7 for input, pin number 9 for output. So I have written code accordingly. I have initialized this pin number 7 and 9 as global pin for my convenience as a ping pin. Ping pin in sense, I get the input data, then LED pin, like for the buzzer. Usually it's output device. I'm mentioning it as LED. So here I am setting up, since it's a sensor I have connected, I have to give its specified bandwidth kind of stuff. So it's 9600 baud rate. This is the baud rate where I am beginning my communication between the Arduino and the sensor. So LED pin, which is pin number 9, is my output pin. So I have written a code here. Uh, If centimeter less than 100, LED pin high, else digital write, LED pin low. So this keeps on repeating in the void loop. These are the initial conditions I have given, like this pin is output pin. This pin will be high for this particular duration. So I have gotten the help from the input defined functions, predefined functions like delay, microseconds, then pulse in, so that I get the pulse data from this ping pin, then value duration I have to convert it into centimeters. So microseconds to centimeters, this is another inbuilt function. So from the raw data I have obtained from the sensor, I am converting it to centimeter. Then this value I am passing it on to this small snippet of code. So also I can view the distance. So to view that, actually, uh, there is a serial monitor here. So if you can see here, 1 second. If you can see, if I double click the sensor, its range will be visible. So if you can see here, my distance like reduces when I get close to the sensor. And
So, Abdullah, what is the maximum range of ultrasonic sensor?
uh, it's 100 centimeter range.
But you are getting 135.
No, ma'am. Like for
Hmm.
code, if it's getting close to 100 centimeter, it will switch on the buzzer. Else, it won't.
Okay.
Actually,
Hmm.
range is like if
What
you
is the maximum distance?
it's 30 meters, ma'am. 30 meters.
30 meters. Okay.
Yes, yes, ma'am. So see, actually, 30 approximate it's 30 meters. So it can measure up 17 meters.
Okay. So
Um,
how do ultrasonic sensor measure distance?
ma'am,
So what is the working principle of ultrasonic sensor?
ma'am, it uses
Mm.
ultrasonic rays, ma'am, sonar rays.
Mm.
Well,
So
actually,
can ultrasonic
one
can,
second. Yes, ma'am.
can ultrasonic sensor detect human?
Yes, ma'am. That's the main thing, ma'am. Because humans emit ultrasonic radiation. This uh, radiation is absorbed by this sensor, ma'am. If you could see, there is a transmitter receiver part. So one
Okay. Mm.
signal, then another receives the signal. So when it's receiving, then output pin supplies a high voltage to pin number 7.
Okay. Okay. Mm.
Yes, ma'am.
That's all. Mm.
Yes, ma'am. The application of this sensor could be used in this bidirectional counter, visitor counter, to count how many visitors have entered a particular location, and
Okay.
also
Very good. Mm.
ATMs in like when if there is no security, this sensor in good proportion rate, like when it's placed in the entrance, so a remote access about who and if there is some entry or not, this could be uh, obtained this information. So it could be useful in places where you need to know whether target has reached the place without a human's need, without a human needing to monitor it. Yes. That's all
Okay.
about
Yeah.
small
Okay. Thank you, Abdullah.
Okay, ma'am. Welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. Mm. Next, Ashwin Ram.
Ma'am, Ashwin Ram is not here. I tried reaching him, he didn't pick the call, ma'am.
Okay. Ilamati,
Yes, ma'am.
start your presentation.
Ma'am, am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Mm.
Okay, ma'am.
So, what is your application?
Ma'am, screen is visible, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Okay, ma'am. Actually, this experiment is a LED chaser. This is a simple experiment just for knowing the Tinkercad users. So, at first, I'm initializing the digital pins from 2 to 9 to the variable like LED 1 to LED 8. After that, I am initializing a potential variable for A0 is assigned to the potential variable. Here I am initializing a delay period for my later users. Then this void setter function will work like it is used for getting the pins usage. Here we will get the pins description for LED1. Here I am using as output. And here poten is the input which I am getting from the potentiometer, and this function serial dot begin is that the baud rate, the transfer of data at 9600 baud rate. Then coming to void loop, I am initializing in value. This function gets my input, the potentiometer, and this analog read function is reading the input from potentiometer and assigning to this variable. Then after that, I am giving the delay period as map is equal to some values. This is function used in Arduino. Map is equal to value from low from high to low to high. So from 0 to 123, 0 to 1000. So actually the potentiometer values ranging from minimum values are 0 to maximum value 123. Here for my convenience, I am I am assuming it as a 0 to 1000. So at first, I'm using digital write function for making LED high, and after for certain period of delay. Then after that, I'm
So
making it as slow.
have you implemented this code using coding technique or code blocks?
Ma'am, coding technique, ma'am, not by
Okay.
blocks. So by alternating giving high and low to the LED pins, we will get the LED chaser. So now I will start simulating. So here this is low, this is high. This is now the value of potentiometer is 0. When I am increasing my potentiometer value, when I'm increasing my potentiometer value, like you will see it in serial monitor. When I'm increasing my potentiometer value, the delay also getting increasing. Like when we are moving it to maximum range, the value get increasing, and when we are making it a slow, the value got like delaying, like it is taking more delay than normal. So by using this application, we can use this LED chaser in advertising the displays, and in discourse and all we can use it, ma'am.
Okay. Have you measured your delay? Delay time?
No,
Hmm.
ma'am, like the delay time is equal to the input value, ma'am. Like whenever I'm getting more input value, the delay will be more, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Alamatri. Next, Harish.
Harish is not here, ma'am.
Okay, ma. Kamali.
Yes, ma'am, I'll do, ma'am. Ma'am, is my screen visible, ma'am?
No, no, Kamali.
Ma'am, now, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I
Hmm.
have used a temperature sensor, ma'am. It is TMP36, ma'am.
Okay.
So the value of the temperature sensor will be displayed in the LCD, ma'am.
Now, what are the other variants available in Tinkercad? Temperature sensor variants. Have you checked
Ma'am,
that?
ma'am, only TMP36 is available, ma'am.
Available. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
So I'll start the simulation, ma'am. So when you vary the value of the temperature sensor, the value will be displayed in the LCD, ma'am.
Okay.
So this line of the code, this usually actually the value, analog value will vary from 0 to 1023, ma'am. So to convert the value in the range, to convert it into the range of 0 to 5 volts, the first line of the code is used, ma'am.
Okay.
Then the second line of the code is actually that formula is used to convert that 0 to 5 volt values into the respective Celsius value, ma'am.
Okay.
And then
Do you know the conversion process?
ma'am,
Actually, you have incorporated the
ma'am, this is already
formula,
in the
that
page.
value into 0.8. Some formula you have used, I think so.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Ma'am,
what
it
is
is there in the data sheet, ma'am.
you have to infer, Kamali.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
The first line, it actually converts it into 0 to 5 volt value, ma'am. And the second line, it converts it into the Celsius value, ma'am.
Okay.
Whenever the temperature sensor value is changed, it will be displayed in the LCD, ma'am.
What is the purpose of potentiometer?
Actually,
Hmm.
it's to control the sensitivity, ma'am, of LCD. Very low.
Just you vary the value. Just you vary.
Yes, ma'am. It's
Um,
not working.
no, it's not working.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
intensity of the LCD is controlled by
Yes,
potentiometer.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
That's all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Kamali.
Thank you.
Next, Karthik Prabhu.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, is the screen visible?
Yes, Karthik Prabhu.
Ma'am, here I have interfaced simple motion sensor with Arduino. So
Okay.
here I have additionally added the servo and LED to show the output, because if any person or animal if crosses the motion sensor, it needs to reflect in the output. So
So
I
what
need
is
to
the other one? What is the other one? The
this
near
is
to sensor.
servo. This is
The servo.
motion
Okay,
sensor.
okay, okay.
This is servo, and this for additional purpose I have attached an LED.
LED. Okay.
So I have declared a servo and LED to connected to the sixth pin of digital, and the PAR to the second pin of digital. So by setuping initial setup, I have initialized the input mode for PAR sensor, because I need to get the input from the sensor only. So and LED will reflect the output of which the value we are getting from the PAR sensor. So
Okay.
the sensor is attached to the ninth pin of the Arduino, and I have begun the serial transmission. So we can easily detect the output in the serial monitor. So I have given the baud rate of 9600. So and in the next function, I have getting the value of digital read of PAR sensor. The value of PAR sensor we are getting as an input is stored in the value integer. So the value is being printed in the serial monitor, and if the value is getting any high input, I can easily show the output in the LED by making it glow. Or if the value is in low condition, I can easily turn off the LED. So I will simulate the code. Wait.
So this sensor belongs to active or passive?
Ma'am, active.
Active. Okay.
So this the sensor ranges from only to 10 meters, I think. So more than 10 meters, it can't detect the any variations in front of it.
Okay.
So if there is any movement, look, the LED glows here, but the servo is not functioning. But if I change the servo's function, like wait, ma'am. If I change the it's not changing. Not working. I don't know why.
It's not working. Yeah. Start simulation கொடுங்க.
The simulation is working, but the servo is not.
Server not.
Servo is
Now
functioning.
it's rotating. No?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. If anything passes by the motion sensor, I can get the value of 1 in the serial monitor. You can see that.
Okay.
If there's nothing in front of it, I can get the value of 0 here.
So my question is, do motion sensor work in the dark area?
Yes, ma'am. It can work, because the motion sensor are always emitting a IR radiation every
Okay.
time.
Very good.
So
Very
when there is a person or animal passes by it, it can detect the radiation through it.
okay.
So when there is a change in the way, change in its detection, it will automatically read the input.
Okay. So where are these sensors used?
This can be used anywhere, ma'am. Like we can use in doors also. If anybody comes near the door, it can automatically unlock. And many things like security systems, we can use that.
Okay. Okay, Karthik. Thank
Okay,
you.
ma'am.
Next, Kavya Shri. Kavishri? Kirtana, you can start your presentation.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, is the screen is visible?
Kirtana.
Yes, ma'am. So, good afternoon, all. So, my project is relay activated lamp using Arduino. So, the components that I have been used here is LDR, relay, and a resistor, a lamp, and a power supply, and an Arduino. So, the main sensor that I've been used here is light dependent resistance, which is an LDR. So, let me tell about the phenomenon of LDR. So, it operates under optical phenomenon. So the general principle is that whenever the light falls on this LDR, its resistance usually decreases, and hence it will not make my bulb to glow. So often we should always remember that LDR will be operating only in the higher resistance region. So hence hence dark resistance is one of the main important parameter for turning on my lamp. So I've been used this LDR. So I've been used this relay to compensate the voltage between my lamp and the Arduino, because my Arduino operates under 5 volt. Usually we all know that lamp needs 120 volts to operate, for operating, but this relay is used to match this voltage. And so I've been connected from this. I've been used A0 pin as an input to this LDR, and my output is 4 pin to this relay, and I've been used this power supply. So let me simulate my code. So initially my LDR is under bright condition. So I'm wearing this LDR. So whenever I'm wearing this LDR, its resistance usually increases and my lamp will be turning on. So I've been used code blocks. So it is just nothing but I'm getting the input. I'm just setting a 500 ohm, because this 500 is nothing but it is the intensity of the light, because we all know that whenever there is a conduction, the intensity will be usually high. So whenever I'm getting the input, whenever it is greater than 500,
LDR passive or active?
it is a passive sensor, ma'am, because it depends upon sunlight.
Yes. Okay.
So this is the condition that I've been used. This is a block code. That's all, ma'am.
Okay. Does an LDR have polarity?
No, ma'am. LDR doesn't have polarity.
Okay. Very good.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Next one, Yokita Harini.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I'll present my
You
screen.
can present.
Ma'am,
Visible,
screen
ma'am.
visible, ma'am. Here I have done an interfacing with the ultrasonic
Okay.
sensor, and these are 3-pin sensor I have used here. And the main application of this interfacing can be used as a parking sensor, where it will be acting as a presence detector. Optical detection also can be done here.
What is the purpose of trigger and echo in this case? Ultrasonic sensor
Ma'am,
case?
the Arduino, here the 7th pin will be acting as both the trigger pin as well as the echo pin, ma'am.
Okay.
The ultrasonic sensors will be transmitting the short time pulse, and it will be detecting the object by the time taken for it to reflect back, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
So I have used 3 LEDs over here. These LEDs are for the range detection. So when the object is more closer, we'll be having the buzzer which is turning on. When it is in the safer limit, we'll be having the green, and subsequently as the distance decreases, we'll be having the other LEDs which is being on. And now I'll explain the code. And here I have defined all the 13, 12, 11, 10 input pins, sorry, output pins. And in the loop function, I have written the code for all the LED blinkings. So when the distance is greater than 100, we'll be having the green LED, and 50 to 100, we'll have the yellow, and 25 to 50, we'll have the red. And when the distance is too low, that is less than 25, we'll have the buzzer.
So what is the delay time period here?
Delay I've used is 500, ma'am.
500 seconds or milliseconds or microseconds?
Seconds, ma'am.
Okay.
And shall I start the stimulation
Yeah.
now?
Yes, yes.
So my distance is visible over here. It is 200. So it is in the safe limit. We'll be having the green LED on. Now I'm decreasing the distance to be between 50 to 100. We'll be having the yellow LED on.
Okay.
And 25 to 50, we'll have the red. And if it is less than, we'll be having the buzzer which is glowing.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Next, Vasanta.
Good afternoon,
Good
ma'am.
afternoon.
So I've presented here a gas detecting alarm system. So I've used a gas sensor. So a gas sensor is basically to detect the presence or the concentration of gases in the atmosphere. And I've used an LCD display along with a buzzer and 2 LEDs to indicate if there is a leakage in gas or not. So basically, a gas sensor is of many types depending upon the type of sensing element used. Here, I've used a MQ2 sensor, which is available in Tinkercad. So this can detect methane, butane, LPG, and smoke. So based upon the different types of sensing material which is used inside, different gases can be detected. We have 6 pins in the gas sensor. The H1 and H2 are your heating elements, heating coil, and there are 4 other pins. So whenever a sensor is placed in a combustible gases environment, the gases will react with the absorbed oxygen, and it will result in the release of free electrons inside the sensing material. Hence, there will be a flow of current, and the resistance of the material changes inside your sensor, and that is why it produces a potential difference. Whenever the concentration of the gas increases, we see that there is an increase in output voltage. So that is basically used as a detecting factor here. So I've connected a buzzer, and an LED is also used for the indication. So the code.
So does a gas sensor measure CO2?
Yes, ma'am. There is a particular type of sensor. I'm not sure which one it is. There are MQ2,
So
MQ3.
what is the version of this sensor?
This sensor is MQ2, ma'am.
MQ2. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. It is basically for methane, butane, and LPG. So it
LPG.
is widely used for LPG detection, basically.
Okay.
So in the code, I've defined the header file liquid crystal. So it is used for the LCD interfacing with the Arduino. And I've defined the LCD objects here in pins 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And I've defined the LED pins and the buzzer pins. And in the setup function, I've defined the input and output pins corresponding to your LED and the buzzer. And I've also defined a sensor threshold. So this sensor threshold value, I've taken it to be 400. Basically, there is a comparator inside every gas sensor, so which is used for specifying the threshold of the concentration of gases. So whenever the amount of concentration detected by the sensor exceeds this 400, there is an alert message which will be displayed. So that is what I've tried to implement here.
So what is the maximum value? Your threshold value was 500. What is the maximum
400.
ppm?
Ma'am, it varies varies according to different sensors. So here for MQ2, we can set the threshold from 400 to 800, ma'am,
800. Okay. Okay.
for this type of gas sensor. In the loop function, I've defined a variable analog value, which is used to read the analog value from the sensor. So whenever the value read by the sensor exceeds the value of 400, we see that there is a red LED which is displayed, and the green LED will be off, and the buzzer buzzes for about 10,000 milliseconds at a frequency of 1000 hertz. So that is what is mentioned here, and an alert message will be displayed, followed by evacuate message with a delay. And if the value read by the sensor is less than the threshold, then there is a safe and all clear message which is displayed. So this is the basic functionality. So I'll simulate it. So whenever you can see that in the serial monitor, the value is 306. So whenever the sensor, the concentration of gas is apart from the sensor, which is below the threshold value of 400, we can see that the green LED glows, and the safe and an all clear message is displayed in the LCD. Whenever the concentration is high, close to the sensor, we can see that the buzzer buzzes along with a red LED glowing, and also the safe and evacuate message. So the application of this gas sensor would be to detect the leakage of gases, especially in industrial areas. And that's all about gas sensor, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Vasanta.
Thank you.
Kavishri, are you ready, ma?
என்னாச்சுங்களா? What happened? Some problem.